The old man, in order to continue his bloodline, hung the female thief he had caught in the air, then used scissors to cut open her pants. He then pulled out a tube of high-protein liquid he had produced himself, walked over to the woman, and the woman seemed to have guessed what the old man was planning to do, so she screamed loudly. But the old man's resolve was firm. He grabbed the woman, who was still struggling, and aimed the syringe at her body. At this point, the woman felt utterly despairing, but all of this was her own doing. She was a frequent thief, who, along with 2 accomplices, specialized in targeting elderly people living alone far from the bustling city. This time, the trio had set their sights on a blind veteran. They had learned from the news that the veteran's only daughter had been killed by a drunk driver from a wealthy family, resulting in a compensation payment of $1 million. This large sum of money caught the attention of the thieves. After doing their research, they sneaked into Lao Bai's house under the cover of night, climbing through the window, and began ransacking the place. After searching the entire house and finding no money, they noticed a tightly closed door. The group was certain the $1 million was hidden behind that door. Dazhuang impatiently pulled out a crowbar, intending to force the door open directly. However, just as he pried the door open, Old Bai had somehow woken up. Dazhuang and Xiaomei were too scared to make a sound, but Old Bai had accidentally stepped on the recently removed door latch. The outcome was now inevitable. Seeing that the plan had been exposed, Dazhuang raised his gun and aimed it at Lao Bai, intending to force him to hand over the money. But Lao Bai, who had experienced the hardships of war, remained calm. He tilted his head slightly, using his hearing to judge the distance between them. Then he raised his hands and slowly walked toward Dazhuang. Seeing Lao Bai getting closer, Dazhuang panicked and fired a warning shot to the side. However, this shot allowed Lao Bai to confirm their distance. He quickly stepped forward and subdued the unprepared Dazhuang. Unable to resist, Dazhuang looked at Xiaomei beside him, hoping she would take the opportunity to attack Lao Bai. However, before Xiaomei could react, another gunshot shattered the night's tranquility.